The Alliance has agreed to a summit meeting with us to discuss the return of the Hurk, and what can be done to prevent their aggression from devastating all 4 galactic quadrants. Despite recent events, they've agreed to host the summit at Deep Space Nine. I'm not surprised. None of the galactic powers are comfortable hosting a Dominion fleet deep within their territory. Meet with me at DS9 prior to the beginning of the summit. I'd like to discuss our options. If you'll excuse me.
Please, we're low on fuel and supplies. We need help, badly.
Tell the Ambassador that any Jem'Hadar aggression will be met with deadly force.
This is Station Control. Welcome to Deep Space Nine. Your docking clearance has been authorized. Several of our docking facilities were damaged in the recent conflict. Please proceed to the provided coordinates. Also, Captain Nog is waiting to meet with you on the promenade at your earliest convenience. Enjoy your stay here at the station.
Hello! I've been assigned to assist you here on the station. The leaders of the 4 major delegations have asked to meet with you prior to the summit meeting. Their offices are located here on the promenade. Ambassador Odo is here, coordinating security efforts.
It's important to win the hearts and minds here. Many of the summit attendees, particularly the Klingons, consider the Hurk to be our problem, and our problem alone. It's up to us to convince them otherwise. If we don't stand together, the Hurk will ravage every civilization, one by one, throughout the galaxy.
Chancellor Jempok has an office here.
I would not hope for aid from the Empire, Jem'Hadar. Most of the High Council see the Hurk purely as a Dominion problem. There are others, such as Martok, who see that position as dishonorable. If they want to fight the war of their ancestors, so be it, but they will be doing so without the Empire. The same could be said for our allies, should they side with you.
Something on your mind? I have many names. At the moment, I am Commander Adetpa, First Officer of the Corps. In another life, I was Agent Kib of Klingon Intelligence. More recently, I was known as the Witch of Nimbus 3. I'm rather fond of that last one. It made children wail and grown men soil themselves. Nukhla! Or what exactly? You do not frighten me, and I can think of a dozen ways to kill you with my bare hands. If you're lucky, I'll use one of the 3 that are quick and relatively painless. Buzz away now, Globfly. Perhaps you can impress old Martok with your growls. Look now! Can't...
I was once called Rodek, son of Nagra. It was a name given to me to prevent a great dishonor. With the aid of Martok, my name, my face, all have been restored. The House of Moog has also been restored by Jimpak. My family once again stands proud, with honor.
Here is Proconsul Deton's office.
This summit may be difficult. While the Federation will see a path toward peace, I suspect the Klingons will feel the opposite. There is no love lost between them and your people, or the Hurk for that matter. The Republic position is one of pragmatism. The Hurk are a threat no one can ignore, regardless of what quadrant their home lies in.
Admiral Quinn's office is behind those doors.
The results of this summit could have long-lasting effects. A number of our allies, especially the Klingons, consider the Hurk to be a Dominion problem. The Federation sees this as a chance to improve relations with your people. Having allies in the Gamma Quadrant instead of enemies would be a great step toward galactic peace.
There are several Alpha Quadrant leaders here for the summit. Kai Kira of Bajor, Counselor Garrick of Cardassia, and my father, Ferengi Grand Nagus Rom. I recommend meeting with them as well. Their worlds will be on the front line if the Hurk launch a full invasion into this quadrant. I believe the Kai is here, in the Bajoran Temple.
Hello there. I'm a little surprised to see a Jem'Hadar here. I figured Odo would have come himself to find out where Bajor stands. I can tell you we're worried. If you fall, the Hurk will come here, and we'll be the first to face them, so Bajor stands ready. We'll do what we can to stop them, even if that means joining forces with the Dominion. There's something else I should mention. I've experienced visions recently, a sign from the prophets. I see a place I've been before, a world beyond the grip of death. It's the home of a former Kai, and it's in the Dominion. I should also mention that I've seen you in this vision as well. I believe we're going to take a journey. As Kai, I'm obligated to serve the will of the prophets. Doing so leads me to many places, not just Bajor. That can be difficult, especially in times of war. There's been a lot of that in the last few years. First the Dominion, then the Klingons, the Iconians, and now the Hurk. There are times when I wonder how Ben Sisko managed during the Dominion War, and he was the emissary. I've tried to... Something else on your mind?
My father is in my uncle's bar. Hard to believe he used to work there, huh? It looks like Counselor Garrick is in his old tailor shop. Huh.
Hello there. I take it you're not here to update your ensemble, though if you'd like a few suggestions, I'd be happy to provide some. In the meantime, let's talk about serious business, shall we? I'm sure you'd like to know Cardassia's position on the Herc problem. It's simple, really. They're a menace, and one we should deal with swiftly. Surprised? Don't be. Cardassia was recently attacked by the Herc. We'd have fared poorly without help from our neighbors. Even the Lucari and the Ferengi offered a hand. There's no love for the Dominion on Cardassia, but we know that we're next if you fall to the Herc. And so, we're ready to be good neighbors. Once upon a time, when I was but a tailor. That was before plain, simple Garrick became a member of the Detapa Council, of course. Before the Reconstruction and the Iconian War and the Herc. While I'm proud of the work I've done for Cardassia over the years, there's a part of me that yearns to be here once more. To be just a... Will there be anything else? Once upon a time, when I was but a tailor. That was before plain, simple Garrick became a member of the Detapa Council, of course. Before the Reconstruction and the Iconian War and the Herc. While I'm proud of the work I've done for Cardassia over the years, there's a part of me that yearns to be here once more. To be just a tailor, just Garrick. Will there be anything else?
I was wondering when you'd come along. I'm guessing you're here to talk about the Herc and what we want to do about them. It's no secret that the Ferengi aren't a military powerhouse like the Klingons. Most of the time, we'd be happy to make a tidy profit from all of this, and as far away from it as possible. That changed when the Herc attacked Ferenginar. We would have been wiped out without help. And we didn't get it from Starfleet or the Klingons. We got it from the Lucari and the Cardassians. Even a few not cool ships showed up to fight. That showed us that this is everyone's fight, big or small. So we're in. And if the 34th rule of acquisition comes into play, well, it wasn't easy, believe me. I've managed to get the Board of Liquidators with us for now. Most of them see the potential for incredible profit. Alliance defense contracts can be very lucrative. The rest, well, let's just say their self-preservation instincts are strong. They'd rather fight with the Alliance than stand alone. The Herc have me thinking about adding a new rule of acquisition. If they can't be bought, get ready to fight! Did you have another question?
The Alliance has asked a number of special consultants to attend the summit. I know each of them well, and I can vouch for their knowledge and skill. Even my Uncle Quark. Despite his reputation, his knowledge of the Gamma Quadrant is valuable. Just don't mention Latinum in the discussion, or the value of his information could rise considerably.
Hello. Oh. It's been a while since I've been in this place. I can't believe Quark still has that hollow me in here. It's a little embarrassing, to be honest. I wish we were all here under better circumstances. Then again, DS9's always been a trouble magnet. I guess peace is a little too much to ask for around here. My husband is risking a lot of capital, political and otherwise, by choosing to get involved with all of this. Fortunately, he's the best Grand Nagus to come around in a long time. The best ever, as far as I'm concerned, but I'm pretty biased on that point. Look, if I were this mirror version of me I've been hearing so much about, I'd have a lot more tactical advice to offer. As it is, my advice to you is this. Take a look around. Think about all the civilians, the refugees, people who are depending on you to protect them. Think about the best way you can do that, if you can. That's what I'd do if I were in your shoes. Boots, whatever. Yeah, in that alternate universe where good people are evil and vice versa, turns out the evil version of me is an admiral there. Real piece of work. Wears lots of leather, carries a whip. Oh, and she's in command of the evil Enterprise. I found out about her from my husband's information gathering specialists. Never hurts to be well informed, right? Rule of acquisition number 7. Keep your ears open and your eyes on the mark. Was there something else?
Don't suppose you're here for a drink? Holosuite? Dabo? Can't blame me for trying to find profit while I can. My fool of a brother, the Nagus, seems hell-bent on getting the Ferengi into this mess. Not a lot of profit in fighting the Hurk, 34th rule or not. You can't spend your money when you're dead. If you ask me, we'd be better off sealing that wormhole and saying goodbye to the Hurk and the Dominion forever. I'd miss the Tulaberry wine, but I'd get over it. But seeing how that'll never happen, especially as long as Kira's still breathing, I suppose I'll have to dig in like everyone else. You know what the worst part of this mess is? Odo. He's back like a kind of ghost haunting me. I must be cursed. I do. And I'd be there, enjoying myself, if it weren't for the Grand Nagus. Brother or not, I wanted nothing to do with this until he put Lukari terraforming tech on the table. Couldn't pass that up. It'll cut biosphere renovation costs on my moon by 70%. Even with Odo here, and a billion Hurk trying to demolish everything in sight, there's profit in the wind. Might finally land that exclusive Tulaberry export contract I've been dreaming about for 40 years. Can I get you something?
Ah, hello there. Nice to meet you. Dr. Julian Bashir, recently recommissioned Starfleet officer at your service. Can't say I was expecting to see a Jem'Hadar here today. We're doing what we can to get things in order after that business with the Zenkethi and the Hurk. The station took quite a beating. Worse than I saw during the Dominion War. We're still treating casualties, and it looks like we'll be seeing more soon. A lot more. The situation is compounded by the presence of civilians, both local and from other systems, even the Dominion. We have a number of refugees from the Gamma Quadrant on the station, and more on the way. Clearly, the sooner we can solve the Herc dilemma, the better. We'll be beyond our capacity to help the refugees soon, as will Bajor. I mustered out some time ago to start a private practice on Trill. Since then, I've worked on special projects for Starfleet from time to time as a consultant. Even managed to start a family. Needless to say, I wasn't initially thrilled with the idea of putting the uniform on again. Still, it's very hard to say no to Kai Kira and Captain Dax. And so here I am, back on the front of an interstellar conflict. Here's hoping it's a brief one. Something on your mind?
There's a number of refugee groups here on the promenade.
Are you surprised seeing Karemans here on a Federation station? That's how bad it is back home. We had to come to the Federation to find safe haven. There's nothing for us in the Dominion, not anymore. That's right. Your gods abandoned us to the Herc and left us to fend for ourselves when the invasion got rough. It's no wonder there's talk about rebellion on Karema, and many other worlds besides. And now, here you are, just like us, asking the Alliance for help. Don't be surprised if they refuse. People here still remember the war and what you, Jem'Hadar, did to this quadrant. You ask me? It'd be justice if they turned their backs on you, just like you did to us.
A Jem'Hadar? Here? Where were you when we needed you most? When the Herc came, we sent distress calls. But no Jem'Hadar came. The Founders didn't save us. Only a few of us managed to get away on ships before the Herc closed in. Word of the Bajorans and their faith reached us after the war ended. There's about one of their spiritual leaders. She came to the worst of us, on our prison moon, to bring the wisdom of the prophets. So, when the Herc came, we decided to come here, through the Celestial Temple, to seek deliverance. If our old gods won't listen to us, perhaps Kai Kira and the prophets will.
The summit will begin soon, First. Transmit your report to me for review. The Federation and Klingon positions were predictable. I'm surprised the others aren't sitting it out, particularly the Ferengi. They're usually more interested in saving their own skins, after all. Interesting that Dominion citizens are traveling here for safety. We'll have to do something to assist Starfleet and the Bajorans on this. That's all for now, First. Report to me in the conference room when you arrive.